preach to be. I invite you all to take a leap with me. Astro projecting through frequency. Let's vibe it out, smoke the sleep for me. Keep it enchanted. I am all that I preach to be. I invite you all to take a leap with me. Astro projecting through frequency.
What's up, Doom Squad? It's your girl Jamisha, and I am back with another YouTube motherfucking video. So y'all, today's video, I wanted to just do a discussion on basically like how people just automatically assume that people who are spiritual are just all holier than thou. Like, I just gotta get y'all ass together real quick, you know. Let me take a hit real quick. Because I just don't get it. All right, let's talk about it. So basically, like, this whole perception of people which everybody is spiritual, because everybody has a spirit. You know what I mean? Everybody has a spirit. Everybody is spiritual. But in this society, you know, we're brainwashed to believing and thinking that anything associated with spirits, spirituality, ghosts, and just boo bitch. Like, I got all the sense, but I don't have no sense at the same time, if that makes sense. Yeah. Back to topic of discussion. That was just funny to me, y'all. But yeah, this whole perception that people think that spiritual people are just these holier or thou people. Like, we're not supposed to cuss, we're not supposed to smoke, we're not supposed to drink, we're not supposed to do any of that. Now, don't get me wrong. Drinking, I feel like, is a whole different ball game. I feel like drinking is more of it's a low vibration. Like, alcohol is a low vibration. Spirits live in the alcohol. You know, there's good spirits and there's bad spirits. It's a balance for everything, of course, you know. And basically, like, these spirits are basically like souls. You know, they teach us that reincarnation is not real, which is a lie. You've probably been back here about 20 million fucking times. You just don't remember. But basically, like, spirits are just like different people. Like me, let's say, for example, my spirit left and it was, you know, just traveling in the astros. It's still my energy, you know what I mean? So I'm still attached to it, you know what I mean? It's not no disconnect. Like, they make everything a disconnect when it's not a disconnect. Everything is, you know what I mean? So basically, y'all, like, there's a balance with everything. You got the good and the bad with everything. Everything is up, down, yin, yang. It's always going to be a other side of something. You know what I mean? So with spirituality, basically, is more of tapping into balancing those energies, the masculine, you know, and the feminine. Basically, the masculine energy is more of the like laying a foundation, the go-getter, the motivation. Whereas the feminine energy is more emotional, it's more intuition, it's more inside of us, you know. But society kind of disconnects it and makes it feminine, a female and a male thing, when it's not a female and a male thing, you know what I mean? It's a combination of energies within you that everybody, you know, has that go-getter motivation energy. Everybody has an intuition. Everybody has emotions. So I don't understand where disconnect comes from. Because they don't want you to know the fucking truth. That's why. But we're going to talk about it. So, this whole thing, like, with spirituality, people, we understand that there's a balance. So, if you just acting all good and shit, like, you're not really being your true, authentic self. You know what I mean? The goal now is to be on a high vibration, but of course that's not always possible. Sometimes you do have situations that come about, and you know, you might get into a low vibration, you might be emotional, you might be mad, pissed off, whatever the case may be. But with spirituality, you know, is where you learn to balance those energies. You learn how to basically manipulate the energy for your highest good. So, for example, if I'm pissed off, if somebody pissed me the fuck off, then I get real hot. My body gets really hot. Like my energy is like fucking fire. But I learned that when I get pissed off, calm myself down. First off, you always want to take a deep breath anytime you get into an emotional situation, whether that's mad, angry, sad, you know what I mean. Breathe. And then you want to analyze the situation from a bird's eye point of view. Once you do that, is this really worth my energy? Is this really worth me getting pissed off? Is this really worth it? You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10 it's not. Nothing is worth your sanity, nothing is worth your peace, nothing is worth your energy being discombobulated in any way. So as far as like with this, you know, the whole balance thing of spiritual people like portraying to be, you know, always so positive, that's the goal. The goal is to always be positive, but we know that's not reality. It's not going to always be perfect, but we are going to strive to make it the best. So we're going to do things to transmute our energy to make it the best that it can be. As far as with, okay, so we all have 7 chakras within us. It's more than that, but the main 7 chakras. And like if any of your chakras are blocked, it's going to be an unbalance. So for example, if you're not speaking your truth, if you're not really telling motherfuckers how you really feel, if you're not really being honest and authentic, then it's like, no, you being fake. You're being fake. I want to say you're being Christian like, because you know Christians basically like they're taught, you know, turn the other cheek. You know what I mean? Turn the other cheek. And no, spiritual people, we know that you're gonna get the hand that you're dealt. So for example, if you throwing out some energy and you get that energy back in some way, then that's on your ass. That's your fault. So don't try to basically like, you know, all in all, don't hold your tongue. Like with being spiritual, it's all about being honest. It's all about being truthful. It's all about speaking from your heart. Even if it's some honest, like brutally honest shit, if it's from your heart, then that's what the fuck it is. Like don't try to sugarcoat shit. Like we don't sugarcoat shit. Spirituality is not meant to be sugarcoated. It's not. Well, it's not a thing. Being spiritual, you don't want to sugarcoat shit. You want to honestly tell how you feel, because if not, motherfuckers gonna run over you. People gonna overstep your boundaries, like, and that's gonna fuck you up in so many different ways. Like I've had so many situations where I didn't speak my truth, and by me not speaking my truth, I was kind of being, you know, walked over. Like, you know, people could probably consider me a pushover. Like, people would, you know, talk to me any type of way, think they can handle me any type of way, all of this other shit. But then once I started stepping more into my masculine energy, which is more of that warrior, which is more of that, you know, manly. When you do think about masculine, you do think about men, because men, you know, they're providers. Like men don't fuck off, they don't play. If you ever realize a child won't, you know, like she realized that masculine energy, a child is not going to run over no dad like they'll try to run over a mom, like, because the men just have like this more masculine energy. As far as, well, it's not more, everything is a balance, but they have this energy where it's like, don't fucking play at me type shit. And that's the whole energy of the masculine and the feminine. Like you need to know how to turn it on and turn it off. So if somebody is, you know, provoking you in a certain way, like you have all the right and all the permission, the will to do whatever it is that you feel is best for you, because you know they're provoking you. So you just have to know, like I said, how to turn it on and how to turn it off. You have to know how to, when to tap into your masculine energy, and you have to know when to tap into your feminine energy. For example, as far as we want to say a job, you want to get, you know, you get a job, you on the job, like you want to put that motivation in there. You want to be strictly goal driven. You're going to be ready on goal, intuition wise, feminine energy wise, like, you know, for example, if this job is even right for you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the feminine is more of the nurturing, the sensual, the innocence, all of that. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's what, you know, spiritual people, we understand. We understand, like, it's a balance to everything. Like, it's not always good, because if it's always good, then that means something that's going to be unbalanced. So with spiritual people, we just know to, work from our heart space, speak our truth. Whatever we do to make us happy. Like if you like twerking, which ain't nothing fucking wrong with twerking, because you tapping into your feminine energy, you're tapping into your sensual, sexual energy. You want to be confident with yourself. You want to just know that you the shit. Like period. Society also try to brainwash us into thinking that sensual, sexual energy, like you're trying to be, seductive, which nothing's wrong with seductiveness. Women, we just have it in us, period. We just we tap into our intuition, we tap into our goddess like energy, period. Like the divine feminine is rising. Like all of this, matriarch shit with the feeling like the man is, that's a whole nother story, y'all. I'm not even gonna go into that tangent. We're gonna get back into this. So with the twerking, like, you know what I mean, that's what I was saying, because people are like, oh, she's spiritual and she doing all, yeah, it's a balance, baby. And we know that there's a balance, and we know that you can't have one without the other. So I'm not gonna be acting all holier and thou when I feel totally different, you know what I mean? Like we just try to strive and promote more of, just more of, what is the word I'm looking for? Help me out. I just lost my train of thought, y'all. But more than anything, it's 11:11. I forgot what I was saying, y'all. More than anything, we just understand, how to turn it on and turn it off. We know how to have fun, do what we want to do. Just be free spirited. That's all. That's basically what being you is all about. Being free, being your true self, being sovereign. Not allowing society to make you feel like this is wrong or this is right. It's whatever you think is wrong or right, because it's your reality. You're creating it. So if you think it's right in your mind, it's right to you. You know what I mean? Can't nobody tell you there's nothing's not right in your world and your reality. So we just more of, try to just basically use our throat chakra. Like if you don't use your throat chakra, it will get blocked. Meaning like if you really, feeling some type of way, you really need to say something, get something off your chest. If you hold it in, that shit will block your throat chakra. That shit will cause so many issues. Like for example, for me, I used to hold my throat, I wouldn't speak up on how I felt, and being that blocked my shit. Being that it blocked my shit, I feel like it really fucked me up from a lot of opportunities where I was supposed to be speaking, or where I needed to tell somebody something, but I'm so conditioned, my throat chakra is blocked, so I'm not speaking my truth, so it's affecting me, you know what I mean? So, and that's with everything. Like if you hold shit back, it's going to affect you, and that's with all of your chakras. Basically, each one of them do different things. So if you're not speaking your truth, if you're not being brutally honest or working from your heart space, then you're going to be blocked. So energy is going to be stagnant. You're not going to have that creative flow. That's another thing, with feminine energy is flow. It's movement, it's not stagnant, it's just everything, y'all. Like learning and really getting into more of learning myself, learning who I am. I'm realizing like, fuck what people think. Like, who gives a fuck if this is what I want to do? If I want to shake my ass on the internet, I'm gonna shake my ass on the internet, and I don't give a fuck what nobody got to think, what nobody think or say, because I know who I am. I know my intentions behind everything that I'm doing. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. Like with spirituality, basically, like you just do what you feel from your heart, and that's just anything. It does not matter what it is. If you feel it, it's feel good from your heart, do it. So a lot of times, like, some people will kind of hide who they really are because they're concerned about what somebody else will think about them. But that's the whole part of being a spirit. You're free. You're free spirit. You should be able to flow and do what you want to do, how you want to do it. And it also makes you more happy, and you attract more things, more people like you, being your authentic self. You know what I mean? If you all faking, acting like everything is just all positive and goody-go-lucky all the damn time, then you full of shit, because everybody goes through things. Everybody has certain situations. Everybody, responds to things how they respond to things, whether it's beating a bitch up. Yep. Beating a bitch up, whether it's cussing somebody out, whether it's whatever it is. Like if you just have to know, like I said, when to turn it on and turn it off. You have to know when to jump into this and when to jump in that. You have to know, feel, and just, like just be you and do you. Don't allow anybody to make you think that, oh, you're not this because you're, you doing this. Or you're not spiritual because you out clubbing. Like, live your life. Like, that's the thing about being spiritual. Like, you're free. You should be able to do whatever you want, not have any restrictions, and live in fear. Like, we don't move in fear. We don't operate in fear because it's a low vibration. So when you're flowing, you know what I mean? You're just soaring. You're just soaring. So basically, that's just what I want to do. Because, I just had a situation where somebody was like, oh, you always so, you always try to be so, but yeah, that's positive. But that's the goal for me, to be positive, to uplift the frequency, to make everybody reach ascension. You know what I mean? If we're not being our authentic self, we're being fake and we're hiding who we really are, then like, you just have to know, right from wrong. Like, not to fucking try to fuck over nobody or try to manipulate nobody in a low vibrational way. Like, you just have to be smart about it. It's common sense. You know what I mean? You know what's right and you really know what's wrong, basically. So, but if it's also your perception of it too. That's another thing, your perception. So if you feel something is bad, then that's what it is, to you. But for us, it's just like more of like, we just do what we feel, we say what we feel, and like, who knows somebody that, like, y'all know that y'all got that one friend that's just blunt as fuck, and you just love the fuck out that friend because they don't give a fuck. Like, they speak their truth. They not hiding who they are. They not trying to sugarcoat or make themselves appear to be, this basically Christian, because like that's what Christianity they do. They want you to basically kind of like be this polished, but that's not reality. Like, that's not reality. The way they do it is it's totally different, you know what I mean? But with being spiritual, we just want to promote healing, healthy healing, positive vibrations, upliftment, anything that's high vibing. Like I said, things happen, situations may occur, and it's like, you're doing a certain thing, like, depression, or you could be going through emotional stage, and you don't really know, so it's not always peaches and cream. Like I said, it's a balance. With being spiritual, you have to know when to tap in and tap out. Speaking of tapping out, y'all see that the sun is going down, so it's getting a little dark in here. But I just wanted to come through, and basically like just explain that, as far as with everybody feeling or assuming that spiritual people are supposed to be holy and thou, and no, that's not the reality of it. We just know, we know when to speak our truth. We know when to say what we feel. We just know what to do, what we feel. Whatever feels good, that's what we're going to do. We're not going to polish up shit, but we are going to raise the vibrations. We are going to make sure that we are doing things to keep our vibration high. You know what I mean? And that's the whole goal of it. So if you guys like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell button and let me know what you think. Until then, you guys have an amazing night, and I will holler at you later. Deuces.